Good morning, student. So, your last topic is Introduction to Advanced Processor. Are you all there? Are you able to hear me? Screen தெரியுதா? ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்க. ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதா? கேக்குதா?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last topic in second unit is Introduction to Advanced Processor. So we had seen so far 8086. Okay, 8085 கொஞ்சம் பார்த்தோம். So 8086 entire பார்த்தோம் first unit in second unit. So now we are going to see the advanced processor over 8086. Okay, so with some additional features added to the 8086 will give the advanced processor of 80186, 80286, 386, 486. Okay, so additional features will be added to the 8086 processor. Okay, so what are the features of additional features which is added to the 8086 processor will be going to see now. So first 80186. So here the data bus width will be same as 8086, that is 16, address bus 20, but memory size will be 1 megabyte. Okay, then 80286 la data bus 16, but address bus is 24. Okay, this is the chain, and then memory size is 16 megabyte. And then 386 la patina 32 data bus width. Okay, address bus width is 32, and then 4G RAM memory size is used. And then 80486 la patina same for 32 and 32 for data bus and address bus, but memory size 4G. And then Pentium 4 and Core 2 la patina 64 data bus line, and then 40 address line, and then 1 terabyte memory size is used. Okay, this is the difference of advanced processor. So your Intel 8086 microprocessor, we will be seeing the clock generator. It will include the clock generator, 2 independent high-speed direct memory access control channel, and then programmable interrupt controller, 3 programmable 16-bit timer, programmable wait state generator, local bus controller, programmable memory, and peripheral chip select logic. Okay. So in that 80286 microprocessor will hold 16-bit processor. The CPU with 24 address bus is able to address 16 megabytes of physical memory. So here data line is 16, but address line is 24. So that you can able to access your memory device up to 2 power 16. Sorry, 2 power 24. That is 16 megabytes. Okay, can be able to access. Then working, that is clock frequency ranges 81,012.5 megahertz. Okay, then operating modes, real address mode and virtual address mode. These are the operating modes of 80286 microprocessor in comparing with your 8086. Okay, these are the difference they added to the 8086. This is 80386 microprocessor. So what are the features of 80386 microprocessor are given here? It is multitasking support. Okay, it can be able to do multitask at a time. Okay, then chip, your IC chip has 132 pin. So now the 8086 pin pathina 40 dual link package da. This 132 pin. Here they used CMOS 3 technology, and then here it can be able to execute 19 instruction அப்புறம் 1.2 million transistor on a chip is used. Okay, so in a chip they implemented 1.2 million transistor. And then memory management, pipelined architecture. Okay, architecture type. And then address translation caches. Address translation caches is nothing but the temporary storage device which is used for storing the address. Okay, and then 5-volt power supply is used, and then high speed bus interface in a single chip. In a single chip you can be able to access the bus in high speed. Okay, and then 8 kilobyte unified cache memory is used, and then separate 32-bit physical address is used, and then 4 GB physical memory size and 64 terabyte virtual memory. So 2 types of memories are used here with the size 4 GB and 64 TB. And then frequency range will be 12.5, 16, 20, 25, 33 megahertz. Okay, this is the pin diagram, functional pin diagram of 80386. You can see the pins. So here clock signal CL2, and then D0 to D31, that is data line. 32-bit data line sonalaya, that is represented as D0 to D31. Then process status and control line. Status and control lines are indicated as similar to your 8086. அதுல பார்த்ததே தான். என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ்னா மேல பார்த்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும்தான், இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். ஓகே, இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். மற்றபடி எல்லாமே சேம் தான். இந்த பின்ஸ்லாம் சேமா தான் இருக்கும். ஹோல்டு, HLDA, INTR, NMI, ரீசெட், அண்ட் தென் ப்ரீ ரெக்வஸ்ட், பிஸி, தென் எரர், இது மட்டும் இருக்காது. இது வந்து கோ ப்ராசஸர் கண்ட்ரோல் சிக்னல். ஸோ இந்த 3 சிக்னல் மட்டும் இன்க்ளூடட் additional to your 8086. And then VCC ground, then address line will be here A232 as well as எவ்வளோ address line சொன்னேன், address lines are 32 bit. Okay, so அப்ப 32 bit A0 to A31. This is 0, A0 to A31. And then bus enable, 4 bus enable signal, that is 0 to 3. And then right cycle, this is data or control signal. Either memory device or input device. This is log. ADS. So this is used for enabling and disabling the pipeline structure. And then this is bus control. This is ready signal. So these 3 signal will occupy for controlling the bus. Okay, data bus as well as address bus. This is your architecture of 80386. So இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா segment modular they will be divided. That is execution unit, segment unit, paging unit. This is your general purpose, that is instruction, full and full. It is used for instruction decoding unit. And then co-prefetch unit, this is bus interface unit. So totally you will be having 6 modules. That is execution, segment, paging, instruction decoder, co-prefetch, and then bus interface unit. Okay, so execution unit la pathina you will be having all their registers. Okay, with the barrel shifter. Okay, and ALU. I think you all know arithmetic logic unit. which will do the performance of addition and logical operations. Okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. And then under or everything, logical operations will be performed here. And then barrel sifter is used for sifting the data. Okay, in the register, either to the left side or right side. Okay, for that purpose you will be using the barrel sifter. And then register file, which will store all the data. Okay, want to execute it. Okay, for doing the performance, you will be storing the data in the register. And then segment unit. Segment unit la you will be having all the segment registers. Okay, segment register தவிர்த்து segment registers சொன்னாலே 8086 ல other registers available in 8086 code segment, extra segment register, வேற என்னது data segment register, stack segment register. So all type of segment registers. Similar to that, it will be having the segment register as well as cache memory. Okay, so these two will be available here. And then paging unit. So page description, that is address, will be held in the paging unit. Okay, and then bus unit. So bus unit will provide the all controlling signal as well as the accessing details to the instruction unit. Okay, and then prefetch, that is code prefetch unit, that is nothing but it will prefetch your instruction which you want to be executed in the execution unit. Okay, so it will prefetch all the details of instruction. Okay, and then instruction queue and instruction unit will hold the instruction temporarily to decode the instruction. Okay, so here the instruction will be decoded. It is the instruction is nothing but man known language, so that will be decoded into machine known language. Okay, here that will be done by the instruction decoder unit and then sent to execution unit for the executing purpose. Okay, so இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா segment register which will hold the addresses. Paging unit also similar to segment unit, it will hold the address of your instruction. Then bus unit will have the controlling signal and as well as the accessing bus and external bus, internal bus as well as external bus. Data transfer will be holded by the bus unit. And then prefetch. Prefetch is nothing but your instruction will be prefetched from the memory devices. Okay, either from the general purpose register as well as segment register. இது இங்க இருந்து எல்லா கேட்ச் மெமரியில இருந்து வாங்குற வேலை கோட் ப்ரீஃபெட்ச் யூனிட்டோட வேலை. வாங்கி இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் கியூவுக்கு சென்ட் பண்ணோம். சென்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் this instruction will be executed one by one. Okay, by the execution unit. Before that, it will be the instruction which is coded in the or stored in the queue will be decoded to its corresponding machine language, that is assembly language. Okay, and then it will be sent to the execution unit for the executing purpose. So in this manner it will be working. The next, this is Pentium processor architecture. So here you will be able to work the Pentium processor in different types of clock frequency, that is 75, 90, 100, 120, 130, 33, 150, 166, 200 megahertz range வரைக்கும் you can able to work it. So here you will be having all these units, that is bus unit. Here the data bus, address bus and control signal will be provided to the processor as well as to the external world through the bus unit. Okay, and then DP logic, that is control signal. All the control signals will be controlled by your DP logic. Here APIC. Okay, your data as well as control lines will be sent through the APIC. Okay, so here you will be using 64 data line and 32-bit address lines. Okay, 64-bit can be able to fetch. Okay, so that you will be having the memory size enlarged, that is 2 power 32, because here you are using address lines 32, so 2 power 32 possible addresses will be available in your internal memory. Okay, and then floating point unit. Okay, floating point unit means here it may be able to control process the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. with the floating point. Okay, that is floating point method. I think you all know what is floating point method. Even the point decimal points will be calculated in this process. Okay, so 0.0002 into 0.00134. இது ரெண்டையும் multiply பண்ணி answer கொடுக்கும். Okay, so after point and the floating point here, it can be able to process. Okay, so that is the capability of this processor, Pentium processor. Then data cache memory, 8 kilobytes. I think you all know what is cache memory. And then integer register file. So integer, it can be able to do the integer with the pipeline structure. Okay, and then barrel shifter is used to shift the data which is in the register to the left side as well as the right side. So it can be able to work in the pipeline structure. Pipeline nave, I think you all know, pipeline is nothing but இப்போ fetch ஆயிட்டு ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் queueல இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோ, இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் queueல தான் your instruction will be available. So first instruction வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், first என்ன பண்ணும், fetch பண்ணும். Okay, fetching is nothing but getting the data. Okay, that is fetch. So first process fetching. Fetching முடிஞ்சோனியே என்ன பண்ணும், அடுத்தது decoding பண்ணும். Decoding is nothing but it will convert into corresponding code word. Okay, machine known language, assembly language க்கு மாத்திக்கும். Assembly language ல இருந்து machine known language க்கு மாத்திக்கும். அதுதான் decoding process. அதுக்கு அடுத்த process தான் executing. So totally you will be having 3 process: fetch, execute, decode, execute. இதுதான் 3 process. One instruction will be doing. Okay, so first fetch பண்ணது இல்லையா, fetch பண்ணிட்டு அடுத்த process போறப்ப அடுத்தது என்ன, decoding. Decoding ஒரு instruction பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கப்ப இன்னொரு instruction fetch பண்ணும். இதுதான் pipelining method. Okay, so first instruction fetch ஆயிட்டு second process, that is decoding பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கப்பவே second instruction fetch ஆகும். இப்போ first instruction execute ஆகிறப்ப second instruction என்ன ஆகும்னா decode ஆகும். இப்போ third instruction fetch ஆகும். இது மாதிரி ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் எக்ஸிக்யூட் ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே இன்னொரு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் fetch decoding பண்ணி முடிச்சிடும். Okay, so in this manner it will be doing the executing process of all the program in the 8086. அதுதான் இந்த pipeline structure. இதுதான் pipeline structure. ஒரு இதை முடிக்கிறதுக்குள்ளாரியே ஆரம்பிச்சிருது. ஓகேவா? And then control unit. So control unit, I think you all know all the segments which is available in the processor will be controlled by this unit. And then control room read-only memory device. This is pre-fetch buffer instruction decoder. முன்னாடி சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் decoding purpose as well as fetching purpose of instruction. And then code cache 8 kilobytes. So codings will be available in the cache memory. And then branch target buffer. This is the buffer device which is used for storing your instruction temporarily. Okay. So the Pentium Pro microprocessor belongs to CISK. It is complex instruction set computer machine. So processor of Pentium Pro family are mostly present in majority of personal computers. The term Pentium processor refers to an Intel 86 family of microprocessor that share a common architecture and instruction set. So silent features of Pentium processor is given here. That is, it is it holds data line 64-bit, and then 8 byte of data information can be transferred to and from the memory in a single bus cycle. In a single bus cycle, you can able to transfer 8 byte data. Okay, and then it can be able to support burst read as well as burst write batch cycle, and then it will support the pipelining process, so that your process speed will be very high. Pipeline processing இருக்கிறதுனால your process speed will be very high. And then instruction cache memory is used for holding the instruction temporarily. Now we are going to see the functional blocks of Pentium processor. So here first block is memory device. That is Pentium Pro microprocessor will have 8-bit byte memory, 2 consecutive byte form a word, and then 4 consecutive byte will form a double word. Okay, so 2 byte will form a first 2 byte will form a word, and then 4 consecutive byte will form a double word. Okay, and then all the address in the memory are of byte formats. Programmer usually view Pentium Pro processor memory as a collection of segment. Okay, so here the memory device will be acting as a segment register. And then register. So here 8 general purpose register is present, and then each register will have 32-bit size, and then first 4 register, okay, used for data manipulation. Okay, so data manipulation is nothing but data transferring in the madri. For the entire transferring of data purpose, you will be using the first 4 register. Then next 4 register will be used for holding the address. Okay, and then here you will be having some special purpose register, that is segment register, flag register, and EIP register. Okay, so first data format. So data format will be 8 negative, 16 negative, and 32-bit binary number. This is not negative, just a bit. Okay, negative illa, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு hyphen அதுதான் இங்க negative கிடையாது. So 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit binary numbers can be done or executed by your processor with integer. And then characters will be represented by using ASCII code. I think you all know what is ASCII code, American Standard Code. And then floating points, which is represented by using 3 different formats, that is single precision format, double precision format, extended precision format. So floating point le 3 format இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நினைக்கிறேன். இதுல digital electronicsல படிச்சிருப்பீங்க floating point. Okay, so இதுல single precision, double precision, extended precision will be done. And then instruction format. So instruction format, basic format எப்படி இருக்கும்னா prefix, suffix, modifier இருக்கும். So prefix will define the operation of instruction, and then suffix will determine the data type of operand. Modifier will specify the number of operand involved. So this is the format of instruction. The data format is the instruction format. Okay. Then addressing mode. Addressing mode la pathina neriya large number of addressing modes are used here, but maximum you will be using the immediate mode as well as register mode. Okay, these are the maximum mode. Maximum you will be using these 2 modes, immediate and register mode. Okay, then you will be having one more calculation, that is target address calculation, which will be stored in the memory for doing the execution of instruction, that is TA, target address. How you will be calculating means you will be calculating the base address with the index register as well as scale factor plus displacement base register. இல்ல இது அடுத்த லைன் பா. So here இப்படிதான் calculate பண்ணுவேன். Base register வந்து index registerோட content. Base registerல ஒரு data இருக்கும், index registerல ஒரு data இருக்கும். So base registerங்கிறது உன்னோட segment register. சரியா? Segment registerல இருக்க dataவை index register இது வந்து offset address, இதுதான் உன்னோட segment address. Okay. இத ரெண்டையும் ஆட் பண்ணி அதோட ஸ்கேல் ஃபேக்டர்ல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணி பிளஸ் டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் அட்ரஸோட ஆட் பண்ணா மட்டும்தான் யூ வில் பி கெட்டிங் த டார்கெட் அட்ரஸ் ஃபார் த பென்டியம் ப்ராசஸர். ஓகே, அங்க எப்படி 20 பிட் பிசிக்கல் சைஸ் பிசிக்கல் அட்ரஸ் கிடைக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவேன், ஷிஃப்ட் பண்ணுவேன்ல 4 பிட்ட. ஓகே, அப்பதானே உனக்கு கிடைக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன், செக்மெண்ட் அட்ரஸ்ல வந்து இது ஆஃப்செட் அட்ரஸ், தட் இஸ் யுவர் placement displacement address. Okay, offset address nu solla, displacement nu solla. Okay, effective address nu solla. Okay, adoda add panni you will be getting the 20 bit physical address. Okay, for storing the data or taking the data from that address. Okay, அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்க இந்த மாதிரி மேனரிசம்ல தான் you will be adding the address and you will be getting the final address, that is target address. And then base register, this is the general purpose register as well as you can call it as a segment register. Index register ங்கிறது base index, source index இந்த மாதிரி registerல எல்லாத்தையும் index register னு சொல்வீங்க. Scale factor, scale factor is nothing but 1 2 4 or 8 இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு scale factor ஆல you will be multiplying. அதே மாதிரி டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா it will have 8 பிட் இருக்கலாம், 18 பிட் இருக்கலாம், 32 பிட் இருக்கலாம். டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் அட்ரஸோட சைஸ். ஓகே, then instruction set. So instruction set pathina, here you will be having complex type of instruction which will be having 400 different types of instruction. Here the operands may be 0, 1, 2 or 3. Operand ங்கிறது ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது, MOV represent பண்றோம்ல அதெல்லாம் operand தான். MOV A, B. Okay, இதுதான் operand. Register to register instruction, என்னென்ன instruction இருக்குன்னா register to register, register to memory, memory to memory. Okay, these are the types of instruction available in the Pentium processor. So inge pathina you will be using some special purpose of register for doing this performing this instructions. And then input output memory pathina, sorry, input output device pathina, you will be using the input instruction and output instruction for transferring the data to the input and output device. It will be in the form of byte word or double word. Okay, this form you will be using with register EAX. Okay. Okay, thank you. கேக்குதா? இங்க பாரு, இந்த இது வந்து என்ன சொல்றது, this is your extra topic. Extra topic means உன்னோட important topic lies in before itself, that is your modes, maximum mode, minimum mode, அப்புறமேட்டுக்கு multiprocessor configuration, that is coprocessor, loosely coupled, closely coupled. இதுலயே உனக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு 16 mark either or choiceலயே வந்துரும். In case, rare case, they may be asking the advanced processor. So advanced processor கேக்குறப்ப ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ராசஸரை டீடைலா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணா போதும். either you explain the 80386 or Pentium processor, it's enough. Okay, Pentium processor அப்படின்னு கேட்டா மட்டும்தான் you want to write this. இல்ல maximum they will be asking us the advanced processor. Describe about the advanced processor. அப்படின்னு கேட்டா general-ஆவே you can write. Okay, from the introduction of advanced processor-ல இருந்தே general-ஆவே நீ எழுதலாம். Okay, எழுதிட்டு you can explain any of the processor from this 80386 இல்லைனா Pentium select பண்ணி you can explain it. Okay, இது வந்து ரேர் கேஸ்ல தான் கேட்பாங்க. மேக்ஸிமம் வந்து முன்னாடியே இந்த இதே கேட்டுருவாங்க. லூஸ்லி கப்பிள், க்ளோஸ்லி கப்பிள், இல்லைன்னா வந்து மேக்ஸிமம் மோட், மினிமம் மோட். இதுல இருந்து கண்டிப்பா வரும். இல்ல இது ரெண்டையுமே எதிரால் சாய்ஸ்ல கேட்க சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. நான் சொல்றது ஏதோ ஒரு 10% தான் அட்வான்ஸ்ட் ப்ராசஸர் கேட்பான். 90% அந்த ரெண்டு இதுல இருந்து தான் எதிரால் சாய்ஸ்ல கேட்பான். Any doubt?